Welcome to Bedtime Stories for Kids. Thanks for joining us to listen to this magical story. Before we begin, don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss a new story. Let's lie back, relax, and get comfortable. Once upon a time, in a lush garden nestled between rolling hills and blooming flowers, there lived a little slug named Dug. Dug was not your ordinary garden slug. He had a big heart and an even bigger dream. He longed for a hug. In this enchanting garden, every creature, from the buzzing bees to the chatty butterflies, had a friend to hug, but Dug felt left out. Dug's dream of a warm, snug hug wasn't an easy one to fulfill. You see, slugs are not the cuddliest of creatures, and most of the garden residents kept their distance. Dug's slimy trail often scared away potential huggers. However, Dug was determined to find someone who could see past his slippery surface and embrace him with open arms. One sunny morning, as the dew glistened on the leaves and the birds serenaded the day, Dug set out on his quest for a hug. His first stop was the wise old tortoise, Timothy, who basked in the sunlight at the edge of the garden. "Hello, Timothy," Dug greeted with a cheerful squelch. "I was wondering if you could give me a hug." Timothy peered over his shell and studied Dug with a contemplative expression. "My dear Dug, I'm afraid a hug might not be the best idea. You see, my shell is rough and hard, and you would not like a cuddle from me." Disheartened but not defeated, Dug nodded understandingly. "Oh, I see. Thank you, Timothy." Undeterred, Dug continued his journey through the garden, leaving a shiny trail behind him. He approached Leela, the graceful ladybug, who was fluttering her red-spotted wings near a fragrant rose. "Leela, would you be my friend and give me a hug?" Dug asked, hopeful eyes shining. Leela chuckled sweetly, her delicate laughter echoing in the air. "Dug, darling, I'd love to be your friend, but my tiny legs can't reach all the way down to hug you. I might end up toppling over." Dug sighed but maintained his positive spirit. "No worries, Leela. Thanks for considering it." As Dug slithered through the garden, he encountered a trio of mischievous ants, Andy, Annie, and Alex. They were marching in a line, carrying crumbs of a forgotten picnic. "Hey, ants. How about a group hug?" Dug suggested, wiggling his antennae excitedly. The ants stopped in their tracks, exchanging amused glances. "Sorry, Dug," Andy said, shaking his tiny head. "We're too small to wrap our arms, or legs, around you. But if you want, you can join our picnic." Dug declined the invitation, knowing that crumbs weren't a substitute for the warm hug he craved. As he ventured deeper into the garden, he couldn't help but feel a twinge of loneliness. The flowers whispered in the breeze, and the trees rustled their leaves, but none of them could provide the hug he desired. Then, just as Dug was about to give up, he heard a melodious voice singing a gentle tune. Following the sound, he discovered a friendly robin named Ruby perched on a low branch. "Hello, Dug," Ruby trilled, her red breast glowing in the sunlight. "What brings you to my corner of the garden?" Dug hesitated for a moment before sharing his heartfelt desire. "I've been looking for a friend who will give me a hug, but it seems impossible." Ruby tilted her head thoughtfully. "Dug, hugs may not be my specialty, but I can offer you the next best thing, a song that will warm your heart." And so, Ruby sang a sweet melody that resonated through the garden. Dug listened, his heart swelling with gratitude. While it wasn't a physical hug, Ruby's song wrapped around him like a comforting embrace, filling the air with joy. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow on the garden, Dug realized that maybe hugs came in different forms. Whether it was the camaraderie of the ants, the laughter of the ladybug, or the song of the robin, each interaction brought a unique kind of warmth to his heart. And so, with a newfound appreciation for the friends he had made, Dug curled up on a soft leaf, ready to embrace the dreams of a new day. As he drifted into a peaceful slumber, surrounded by the gentle sounds of the night, Dug knew that even without a physical hug, he was never truly alone in the enchanting world of the garden. Thank you for listening to our story. Remember to like and subscribe so you never miss another upload.